Hey guys, I'm in Baan Kang Wat in Chiang Mai, Thailand. This is an artist village with a lot of different artist studios across many different fields, such as fashion, ceramics, illustrators, and more. We will try to visit some of their spaces here that are very creative and unique, that is adorned with beautiful ornamental plants. We will discover many interesting species, but also interesting ways to display them. And will you check out this Stephania here? This is actually really massive. As you can see, it's probably as big as me if I am squatting down. The codex is insanely large. The leaves are actually beautiful. There's a little bit of a blue sheen to it, and the shape of the leaves are actually very soothing. And as you can see, new growth points are coming out everywhere. Now these guys are endemic to Thailand for the most part, so this is the right environment to grow them. Somebody said that they do go dormant, but I met a Stephania seller that told me that in their native habitat, they don't really go dormant. So jury is still out there as to who's correct, but I can imagine that if the conditions are right, they may just want to keep sprouting new leaves, growing their codex, and just doing its thing rather than going dormant. When you enter the artist village, the first thing that you see is this amazing bookstore. It's actually a lot of really interesting accessories for books. And if you look over here, like you could buy these empty notebooks and they can help you customize it with different trinkets and such. I'm not really familiar with this, but I think this method is quite popular with people who collect notebooks, with people who write. This is a good thing to gift them. And then there's a cool cafe here. They have some refreshments and some light meals. But look at all these plants around the cafe. I love the position of those ferns. They are placed so strategically and so elegantly. One is higher than the other, so nothing is symmetrical here. It is actually mad hot out here. There's like a heat wave happening. So this is actually very refreshing. My mom is somewhere shopping around, waiting for me. And this is a cool fashion store with some monstera cuttings. Sorry, this is just a patio, but they should have cut it with a bit of stem so you could propagate it as well. Now there's this cool little booth here with some trinkets around. So I guess you could like try to make earrings. I think this is some kind of a seed pot or something. I don't know what they are, but it is in this village you will see a lot of these areas where they encourage people to make things with their hands, and it is really interesting. This is a cute place to stop by for lunch, and they have these interesting seatings. Look at this low bench that is like a Smurf or Smurfy blue, like the cartoon, and then there's all these like seating that you could like sit and just look at this courtyard in front. This is really cool. But if it's not so hot now, it might be a cool place for coffee and or maybe like something to drink in the evening. This actually smells amazing. I wish you could smell this, but oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm a little bit hungry now. It's actually around noon, around lunchtime. Oh my gosh, this watermelon is calling out to me. Look at that, it's just glistening in the heat. Oh my gosh. And actually you can tell a watermelon, you can see how sweet it is. If you can see those like, I don't know how you describe it, as crystal-like. That's actually the sugar in the watermelon. Usually when I buy watermelon, that's how I can tell if they are sweet. And over here, there's a big batch of cow soy happening. It's boiling away. Chiang Mai is known for its curry noodles or the cow soy. It is best with chicken, although some people do it with pork and such. This is so good. It's so fragrant here. It smells really amazing. Actually, I was here 3 days ago and this lady was just out here working very hard. And yeah, good to see her here again today. Imagine yourself sitting on that stool in the middle with that fabric as a backdrop to take a photo. This is so thoughtful, so simple yet thoughtful. Now there are workshops all over this village, so a lot of the artists invite people to come in and try. Some of them you have to pay a little bit of a fee, but you can definitely try your hands on some of these artworks. This is probably one of the works. And imagine that, look at that. You could actually spend a nice afternoon or evening here just painting away. There's some cute caduciform plants here. This is a Stephania, and then this is a Phyllanthus mirabilis. This is actually very popular in Thailand. We see them everywhere. And Stephania erecta here. There's also an interesting garden here, as you can see. We can quickly walk a little bit to the back. There's some roses here. Interesting succulents. I wish I had more time to show you every little detail, but this is actually really, really interesting. Look at this from the side. Oh man, visually this is so much fun. And this succulent bowl here as well. There's so much love for the arts and also for plants. Look at this poster here. And this looks like it's like old traditional Chinese type clothing here, and an interesting arrangements of plants out here. I think some aloe maybe, or some very simple and very, very on a budget. And that too, how cute. There's a little cupboard here with something still alive here, something clinging on to its dear life. But there's a whole garden here to just kind of enjoy and make your day, make you smile. Caladiums. This is one massive caladium leaf. This is some purple chili. I think this is getting a bit of full sun. This is quite stunning. If you step back a bit, you can see the space a bit better. Look at that. Oh man, this is so beautiful. Look at this thoughtful arrangement here. And this is actually a Diefenbachia. I have this. It's sold to me as a tiki torch, but it could be something else. It's really beautiful. I love the markings on this particular Diefenbachia. And then this is actually a water propagation in a teapot. This is so inspiring. How many of us actually have teapots in our homes that we don't use anymore? And this is a really good use for them. And then of course, that back wall is everything. There's a cool tool shed here with some plants on it. And it's actually very, very packed, despite it being like a Wednesday. Super packed here. I don't know what this flower is, but it is quite cheerful. And then back here, I don't know if this is grafted, but it's not grafted, but it's definitely a euphorbia that is branching out quite beautifully. And there's some more of its friends over here. How cute, look at the new shoot here. Yeah. And yeah, I've been shooed away by a few people while filming, but it's very packed here and I'm actually a bit late. My mom's waiting for me somewhere. And here's the thing about filming a plant contents when you're traveling with your family is that I'm always rushing off from place to place. And of course, I'm trying to keep the content quality as high as possible, but I do have to respect, you know, other people. There are other visitors in this space, and also my parents. They are very supportive of the channel, and they give me a lot of time to shoot these plant contents for you guys. So I want you guys to comment down below to thank my parents, because they really are the true sponsors of this channel, of these episodes. Interesting illustrations, postcards, stickers, and such, and here as well. I'm not going to show you close-ups because I think I want to respect some of the original work of the artist where possible. But there's some really, really cute stuff here. I invite you guys to come in here and check it out for yourself. There's sometimes artists are working here as well, so you can actually talk with them directly. Look at all these rainbow colored yarn. This is so stunning. And then this store is not afraid of colors. It's so stunning. This is I think a fashion store, but they do carry some other types of accessories, as well as I see some toys. They look very retro, maybe like from the 80s or something. I'm gonna show you a close-up. But I really like that this store has so much flair, so much character. And I don't know what that word on top says, but that might be the original sign of this house. I don't know what the original use of this village was, but I'm assuming it is for people to live and maybe do some commercial work. This beautiful arrangement. I thought this was a fake flower at first. And then I started seeing this bit of a rotting edge and realized that these are actually quite real. They are grown in water, so someone put them here. This is so thoughtful. And someone left this out here. There's a beautiful philodendron or tomatophyllum back there. Look at this dangling rope. And someone left this here so people could just try their hands at making things on their own. And of course, this is not sheltered by the rain up above. So if it rains, someone will have to run out and put this away. This takes effort. This is actually very, very considerate. And for the people who are visiting here, it's very, very welcoming. So yeah, this is quickly becoming my favorite place in Chiang Mai and possibly on Earth. And as you can see here, this is a popular spot for people to kind of take photos, hang out with their friends, and do a bit of shopping. There are all these Instagrammable corners where you could sit and hang, stairways, amazing plants. I can't get close because someone's here. But this is a lifestyle store, and I quite like what's inside. I don't know if I can film inside, but they do have some interesting crafted products and of course some t-shirts. That is the cannonball plant. It's fruiting, and someone took the liberty to draw a face on one of the fruits. But their flowers are actually quite beautiful. I have a photo of it. I'm going to insert that on the screen that I took a few days ago. I know next to nothing about this plant, but it is quite common here in Thailand. Look at how green the space is. There's just plants strewn everywhere. Look at that corner too. Imagine like having a photo here, photo session. There's like a soy candle shop and a workshop as well. And of course you could bring home some of these scented candles with you. This is a beautiful store. And this one here, it says it's a library and cafe. So I see that there are people sitting amongst shelves of books. I have a feeling that people could just read them, hang out. There's some music in the background, so I'm not gonna spend too much time here. It's a bit rowdy, but that coffee shop looks really, really good, and the seating area too. I definitely would recommend spending a whole day here. Even bring your kids, because I came here with my niece the other day, and after exploring this village, she told her mom that she wanted to explore pottery and learn about arts and crafts. So this is really a good place for kids to be, to open up their imagination, their creativity, and sort of their willingness to make things with their hands. It's also something that you could do with your hands. Look at that, just so many cute little corners here. This space is not big at all, but it does get crowded, especially in the weekends. And this alleyway I actually adore. I love it. Look at all these plants. There's some syngoniums here, some potted plants, and look at those old staircase. And look at that to the left and to the right. There are so many interesting plants. Look at this. Again, I'm going a bit fast because every corner I'm overwhelmed by something, some visual interest here. This is a little studio that an artist would probably work in. And yeah, there's some words on there, a cool window. And this is another Alocasia macrorrhiza variegata. It is possible that they just produce their own pups. As you can see down below, they propagate themselves. And it's easy for the people in this village to just gift each other the babies and let them grow out big. Alocasia, this is Amazonica, I think, or Watsoniana. But this is also one that puts out a lot of pups and people can share. So I have a feeling that this is one of the communities where plants can easily be shared amongst one another. Syngonium, this is what the mature form of the syngoniums tend to be. They become like 5 lobes, sometimes even 7 lobes. And back here we have the Dischidia jerry, a very common plant in Thailand. They are climbers, but they can also trail down beautifully. Epipremnum pinnatum, this is the green form. It's so nice. Let me move back a bit. You see that little bench there for people to sit and take photos or have a sip of coffee. This is a cool little artist studio with like little trinkets out here. People could make things. Look at that. This is very, very inviting. And if you're new to making jewelry, this is a good place to explore your skills. And some beautiful plants just in the background. So imagine that. This is such a nice backdrop. I can imagine a lot of YouTubers and Instagrammers wanting to come here to make content. This ledge is really cool. There's some Dahlia, rabbit's foot fern here. And then on the left you see a ponytail palm. This is still a baby. They can get rather big. But if I move back a little bit, look at how beautiful this monstera is growing. It's growing sideways because it needs a moss pole. And this one store I really love. I don't know if this is the store name or not, but the artist was here last time I was here, and they make the cutest products. She's an illustrator, she's very imaginative, and she actually uses ducks as her main protagonist in her drawings. And she has all these quirky Thai words. Some of them are in English, but they have some really funny meanings behind them.
Hi, I'm Janet. This is my shop, Captor Store. We are at Baan Kang Wat, Chiangmai, and this is all my original design.
This is the concept of the store, and I'm gonna put their Instagram on the screen so you guys can follow them. Maybe if you're interested in the products to come by, or maybe if you're interested to distribute them in your country, feel free to reach out. But they make all sorts of stationery like keychains, postcards. This one, I'm just putting it by random. One drink and I go home. Yeah, I'm not gonna spoil too much, but you guys have to come here and discover all these by yourself. But this is, every time I flip that postcard, it brings a smile to my face. And there's all these paintings too. And look at that naughty duck doing a yoga pose too. And this is one badass jacket, look at that. It's like a washed denim jacket with like this amazing embroidery behind it. This is a lot of craftsmanship as well. So it's not all tongue-in-cheek, but there's also a lot of really wonderful ways and techniques to bring this graphic to life. I actually bought this t-shirt the other day, and it says, I'd rather be lazy than to work hard but be poor. How cool is that? And I really love that Thai people have an amazing way of displaying everything. Look at that. This is a philodendron bromomarx variegated. In a low light environment, it is reverting to green, but that is okay. Look at that, and it's grown completely in water. There's a single leaf here of the, I want to say philodendron mayoi, or the Thermophyllum xanadu. It's just living completely in water. How cool is that? Look at all these roots. And it doesn't have a node, so this is just a single leaf. I wonder how old this plant is. But look at this. This is so cool. This is an iron-on embroidery that you could iron on to anything, backpacks, t-shirts. Seriously, come and support an original artist. She works so hard. She's here every day. And look at all this amazing artwork. Where else can you find this in the world? All right, and adjacent to this shop, and connected, she has a friend that does terrariums. Look at that. So I have a feeling they do customized terrariums, but they also do terrarium workshops. The details are on here. That is so cool that they collaborated on the drawing as well. That duck is sitting there. And Thai people also have very strong collaborative spirit. I see that across different platforms, businesses, people do work together. And the beautiful Stephanias there, look at that, oh my gosh. This is a bit of a low light situation, but I guess they're doing okay here. That one is living out in a bit of a direct sunlight area. That's so cute. And there's a lot of terrarium tools, like a tool shed. And yeah, they do sell all these little plants and moss. And all these, look at that, this is so cute. All these cute little, I don't know if I can say the word oriental, but that's going to offend some people, but it is. It's got that Indochine style to it. And these are some ready-made terrariums. And of course, there's a philodendron that's hanging out here as well. Let me move backwards so you can see the space better. How cool is that? I really enjoy being in this village. Every minute of it is satisfying. It's inviting people to come and learn, to study, and also to observe, and of course, in my case, to document. And I really hope that more people come and do support these artists. And of course, I'm always happy to see the apishkia. So apparently, based on my Taiwan plant tour, they do like low light, but this one is flowering. Hello! And they trail down quite beautifully here, and they make amazing ground cover. I know I've said this many times in the channel, but I can't say it enough. I really love them. Bit of pruning there for the lily. But look at this nice arrangement of succulents on the ledge. They literally left no area unfurnished with plants. A pottery shop and a lot of fonts here for your gardening needs. And I have a feeling that you probably can take on painting classes for these ceramics. And this here is a pottery studio. Love the calming music in the background. I don't know if I'm gonna get chased out if I pop in here. But we gotta show you the space real quick. How nice is that? Look at all these nice working corners out here. And they do have some workshops, and you can also order custom photos to be drawn into acrylic. This is an artist studio. I love watching the studio spaces of these people. It's a rare glimpse into their work, into their methods of madness. And you can see from here that it is very, very messy. I love it. And of course you have like an interesting array of plants here, some Philodendron Mars, and this beautiful tree. And they made use of the tree by hanging all these old-timey lamps along the branches. And there seemed to be like a pottery store back here. Again, pottery is something that you can bring back easily from Thailand. Great as souvenirs. There's some cool ceramic buttons here as well. This is a really, really cool ceramicist. But I'm not going to go inside because there are people in the way and there is a no photo sign. This is a beautiful bakery and this is their product. Feel free to Google them. I did search them up on Google Maps and I found that they have a very tasty pastry. And the space, this is so stunning. Imagine, plant yourself here on these seats. Look at how rustic that looks. But it is so pleasing to look at. There are lots of chicken in there. And there is a greenhouse behind that with a lot of interesting plants. I see some begonias, some aroids, but I don't see a way in. I think that might be a private garden. Yeah, but there are some paintings in there as well, so let's not trespass it. But definitely a very interesting place. Look at all these chickens. We're hungry, please donate for food. So you could buy food from these cages and just feed them. And I guess you would put money in here. Oh, and you can buy the eggs too for 35 baht. That is so cute. That you could buy food for the chicken or you could buy eggs from the chicken. This is really cool way to monetize. There's a lucky egg thing too. So I guess you could pick up these eggs and there's like some kind of lucky draw in it. I guess this artist here is really crazy about sunflowers. I see that as a lot in this motif. And of course this is Van Gogh. And if you know his work, he also does a lot of sunflowers. So maybe this is taken inspiration from Van Gogh. And look at that, it's so cheerful to be here. And this is the shop. As you can see, there are a lot of painted denim and there are more sunflower motifs, some cats. This is really, really interesting. Look at this beautiful hat. That is Yayoi Kusama. And if you watch a lot of these like crazy cat channels, this is like one of those animated cats that's in there. This is really a quirky store. And look at that too. This is from Money Heist. Another pottery studio back there. How beautiful is the setup. Take a class here. Here's some information on the ceramic workshop. If this has been on your wish list, now's the time to do it. Alright, this is all the time I have for you. I hope that you enjoyed this tour and found some interesting ways to display plants. And please do come and support some of these artists if you find yourself in Chiang Mai. I want to thank you for watching this episode all the way to the very end, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Thank you, Patreon members, for supporting the channel. Should you consider joining as a member, the Patreon link is Sean from Only Plants. It can also be found in this video description. I've started producing bonus contents for members. These include plant hauls, plant shopping, and mini bite-sized adventures. The same bonus contents will also be unlocked for you if you join to become a YouTube member of the channel. There is a monthly membership fee as small as a cup of coffee a month. Simply go to Only Plants channel page and click join. Your contributions help me grow the channel, do better content, and have a better quality of life. For that, I thank you from the bottom of my heart.